Welcome back, everybody, to another episode. This is my Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry. With me, as he always is, it's my co-host, Eric Smith.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Eric's actually bleeding right now.
Except for the Kentucky weather and the pollen in the air that's made my nose so dry that every time I blow it and try to clear my nose starts bleeding.
He is genuinely bleeding from his own body right now.
I'm bleeding on the podcast. See, look, that one just came out.
I see. Oh my gosh, that's so much blood.
I mean, it's aggravating as hell.
Well, sure it is.
It's like, not only do I got to blow my nose to clear my sinuses from all the pollen, then it starts bleeding. And then I got to stick something back up my nose. Why? Kentucky?
I don't envy. I have bad allergies. You have really bad allergies.
Mine pop up if the weather changes from one day to the next. It's ridiculous.
Which it does.
Yeah, it's not even...
Very, very regularly.
We went from like 80 degrees yesterday. Then it got cooler in the evening to now it's like 50. It's so stupid.
I'm enjoying this.
Mother Nature, why?
Well, if you are sitting there and asking yourself, why am I listening to this podcast? We appreciate the fact that you are here, especially if you're a first-time listener. Go ahead and subscribe. We just appreciate the heck out of that. If you are returning and you have not done so yet, please leave us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast app of choice. It goes a long way to help us out and allows us to get moved up algorithmically. I think I said that correctly.
Feed the algorithm.
Please feed the algorithm. It's something that we actually really rely on pretty frequently. So go and do that. You can follow us on social media as well, at My Bourbon Pod and at Whiskey Mutant. You can find apparel and merchandise at it's bourbonshop.threadless.com and whiskeymutant.myshopify.com. And you can support the show at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. For as little as $5 a month, you get some bonus content. We just got done recording this week's, and it's all coming out like within a few hours of each other.
Highs and lows.
Pretty much. All right, campers, what were your today's highs and lows?
Somebody was weird, and then I had fun.
Do you want to be more specific? Nope. Okay, let's move on then. Anyway, yeah, you can check all that out at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. But all that good stuff's coming out within a few hours of each other because Eric's been gone for a week. I was working for a few days in a row. And so we're finally sitting down with each other, and I'm having a hard time taking you seriously because of the tissue that's up your nose right now. Don't give me that face. I'm worried. I'm already worried.
Fighter, okay?
So we normally start out the show with either Flying Blind, that's what it's called, or Sips and Snacks. And this week,
I'm excited.
I
don't even know what this is.
A secret Sips and Snacks.
Perry texted me, said, I got a secret Sips and Snacks. And I just dropped the phone. I was like, secret.
But the thing is, I need your help.
Oh, okay.
Because I have the snack.
Okay.
I don't know what the sip needs to be yet.
All right.
Because this could go one of a few ways, I feel like. Are you ready?
Okay. What is this? Is this a peanut butter cake thing?
This is a Little Debbie peanut butter cream pie. So instead of the oatmeal cream pie, it's peanut butter.
Oh my goodness.
It's like 2 peanut butter cookies smushed together with a peanut butter frosting in the middle.
Oh, let me clear my sinuses here. Hopefully I'll stop bleeding. Oh. It smells like homemade peanut butter cookies.
So yeah, exactly. And I feel like we could easily go with something that is familiar and something that you've done with like a Nutter Butter or a Nutty Buddy, right? Mm-hmm. But I think we can take this a little bit further.
Oh, I know we can.
I think we need to do something that's more unique. I think we should go like a more chocolatey route.
Okay.
Or something that's going to like expand the flavor of this. I'm gonna let you peruse. I'm gonna let you check out. Like I'll even pause the recording so you have time to look around. But I want to see where we can go with this. How good are these though?
Oh, this is amazing. What do I have it on? This is so good. The outsides have that same like homemade peanut butter cookie texture,
Yeah.
but the inside's got that cream filling. It's just so good. All right, let's see. What can we do here? I'm trying to think of anything that you've had in the last little bit.
I've got one idea. I don't think you know that I have this bottle, but I got one idea.
That's even better. Oh. Tumbling dice.
6-year MGP.
Okay.
Have you had this before?
I've had a tumbling dice single barrel, but I've not had this one.
Yeah. I mean, I got this from Total Wine the other day, and Chad was there. Who's going to be at our live show, and I'm going to talk about that more in just a minute. But he has COVID right now.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, Chad.
Yeah. He tested positive on Sunday.
Well,
What do you think?
it's not very chocolatey.
That's okay. I'm not committed to this being what we pair with it.
But there is this cinnamon note on that. That almost makes me taste like we took Snickerdoodle cookies and we put peanut butter in the middle of it.
Ooh.
Like, try that.
Also, this is a 117.6 proof MGP.
I'm going to do a pour over. Oh. Yes.
That's where it's at?
I mean, we could sit here all day and try to pair it, but I think as far as first bottle,
Oh, that's actually really good.
that's really good. And there's almost this, like,
Oh, man.
a little bit of jelly coming through, too.
Yeah.
So on the finish, it turns into like a peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
See, that's what I love about pairings like that is because it's not like you just went and did like peanut butter on peanut butter, like grab you an Knob Creek, do peanut butter.
Well, I think that's the best way to do pairings is to, well, I mean, this is a personal note, but like something that enhances it and like almost changes it.
Yeah, those are my favorite ones.
Yeah. Just because, I mean, you can drink anything that's similar to what you're eating. But you got to actually like take it to the next level. And I mean, this alone, the snack itself is so good. I knew this would be right up your alley as well.
I love that so much. But yeah, you're right. Like, it's fun to like take a pairing and just give it exactly what it's got and just make it like extra chocolate or extra peanut butter or extra nutty. But turning it into something else is a whole nother thing. And it's a lot more refreshing. Oh, yeah. That's a Snickerdoodle peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's so good.
I need an extra minute to eat this. Nom. Thank you.
Well, that was Sips and Snacks.
That was a good one.
One of Eric's favorite things in the world.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, before we get to the news, I want to talk about one thing. Our live show and the meetup weekend and everything. It is, of course, still happening.
Yeah.
But there's more happening now, too.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we are going to, we have some special guests that are being added onto the weekend bill. And if you want to find out about that, tomorrow night on my live stream, we are going to be talking about who is coming.
Oh, yeah.
In addition to our current guests, which are Jason from the Mash and Drum and Chad from My Daily Bourbon. And it's going to be crazy. I mean, we are turning this into like a mini bourbon con. Like it feels like that.
I don't think there's
right now
anything like, I don't think there's going to be any moment that somebody is not going to be having a good time.
Yeah, you will be entertained the entire time.
Especially the live show.
Dude, if everything goes to plan with the live show the way that we are talking about it, it's going to be something else. I mean, we are ready to go for it. But tomorrow night on YouTube, youtube.com/This Is My Bourbon Podcast at 8 p.m., which is when I normally do my live streams, of course, we are going to be announcing some special guests that will be showing up. So head on over there. And check it out. And of course, I mean, if you miss it live, you can always watch it on the replay. But
because what goes on the internet
stays on the
internet.
Are you working tomorrow night?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Thursday night. Because this is going up tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, sorry. Are you working Thursday night?
I don't. I would have to look. I either work Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
I have to look.
If you're not working Thursday, I want you to be on the live stream.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Cool. Oh my gosh. I'm getting so many text messages. Which I guess means that it's time for us to start talking about the news.
But Perry, what have you been drinking lately?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part of it. Yeah. What have you been drinking recently, Eric?
Lots of mixed drinks at Disney. You can see that on my Instagram.
We just got our tickets for Disney. Like that's what I was texting back about. So,
there is I could talk all day about it, but there is a cocktail at Hollywood Studios at Mama Rosa's Italian restaurant that I want to recommend. It's made with wild turkey 101.
Oh yeah.
And it's called like a smoked turkey, I believe what it was. I sent the recipe out. Oh my God, dude. It's so good. Smoked turkey. Wild Turkey 101 bourbon, Red Stag Black Cherry bourbon, grenadine, and Minute Maid premium lemonade with a hint of hickory smoke, garnished with Luxardo gourmet maraschino cherries.
Also, sorry, it's trash day.
It is trash day.
I want this drink so badly.
It was so good.
It sounds amazing.
If it wasn't $16, I would have bought 3 of them.
It kind of sounds like you would have bought 3 of them regardless of the price.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So good. But there's tons of drinks around Disney that I could talk about all day, but that's one that stood out for me.
I'll probably wind up sharing at least that screenshot on social media, the day after the episode comes out. But just so people are, aware of. And I'll probably share the picture too of the actual cocktail.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it sounds so good, dude.
So good.
I want that right now. Now.
Let's go to the store.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
No, anyway, we're still here.
We're still here.
We haven't left. Yeah. But I have actually not had much to drink recently.
You've been working.
Because I have had 5 straight days of tours. And so by the time that I've gotten done, I am pretty much ready for bed because my days usually go from about like 8 to 7. And that's me taking care of people and, making sure that they're all right and whatnot. But I just don't have the energy to like stay up and, actively taste,
especially
something.
Knowing that the next day you got to get up and do it again.
Exactly right. So I just have taken a little bit of a break, not exactly like completely off, but just like, I will still have something to wind down but I'm not
You ain't thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. But we both did just get a new single barrel from Wilderness Trail. That's called Sweet Mass Disruptors. Golly, the garbage trucks are so loud today. But this is a 4-year, 9-month high rye bourbon from them. And this is also probably the highest proof I've seen from Wilderness Trail in general. 59.83%, so like 118 proof. And Eric is trying it for the first time as well.
I love some Wilderness Trail.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, when you sent me this, I was like, I'm pretty sure I don't have anything that high proof from Wilderness Trail.
Yeah, and I don't know where my my Pickin' in the Rain is right now, but I think it's the same style barrel, same yeast strain. This is just a higher proof than what Pickin' in the Rain was.
It smells like a caramel apple.
Yeah. I think compared to the 6-year MGP.
Whoa.
This is a much better drinker, despite the fact that it's 2 years younger.
Wow, that finish. It's like a red hot candy, but it's a caramel apple.
Isn't it good, though?
So good. And it's completely different from, because I have a sweet mash. Is it the same thing?
Well,
I think a series.
This is series 2.
Right, but I have the one that's like 99 proof. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I need to bring.
Yeah,
that.
because we were there. That was when we were there for Pickin' in the Rain, and you got really drunk.
Oh yeah, and that may have been the lowest proof Wilderness Trail.
We should do them back to back.
This is good.
But I mean, I saw. So this was also they had a 4-year 8-month and a 4-year 9-month, and the 4-year 8-month I think was like 103 proof. And I mean, this one being at 118, almost 119, I was like, I've got to know what that's like.
Yeah.
So, sitting there thinking about the two of them, I went, there's no way that I can not pick this bottle up.
So good.
Yeah. If you, and there's something to be said as well, about going to a distillery and seeing something that is there that you can't get anywhere else. And I think Wilderness Trail is one of the better places for that, because they usually have multiple single barrels sitting on the shelf.
That and
you can grab.
Yeah, New Riff does that too at their gift shop.
Oh yeah.
But I think you have a little bit more variety on at Wilderness Trail.
Yeah.
They'll have a couple of like each.
So between the two, Wilderness Trail and New Riff.
Yes.
What are you reaching for most often?
Wilderness Trail.
See, I think I go New Riff more than Wilderness. Not that I don't love Wilderness Trail, but
I don't, and it's not that I don't love New Riff because I have a ton of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I tend to get more excited when I see like a Wilderness Trail pick or something as opposed to a New Riff. But like, again, that's not me saying, because we obviously just picked a New Riff.
Yeah.
And we picked a Wilderness Trail. I don't know. Like, I love them both. I feel like Wilderness Trail stuff is just my thing. Like,
aren't you ready though to do a pick for the podcast that isn't 4 or 5-year-old barrel proof bourbon?
Yeah.
Good.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Because we got something in store.
What?
Yeah. More on that later. I'm not even letting Patreon know because I'm that excited about it.
What?
Like we got to keep it a little bit secret right now. But anyway, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, fair.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Good. All right. Well, let's talk about some news instead. Now that I've Blue Balled Eric.
Let's just talk about that news. Let's skip the news and go straight to that.
there's mostly releases and TTB labels this week, but it is important for us to talk about the expansion that's happened at Bardstown Bourbon Company in the form of $28 million and 29 new jobs.
It's a lot of dollars.
This is coming from GoBourbon.com, our friends over at the Bourbon Review. There will be a 15,000 square foot expansion, allowing for the addition of 16 new fermenters, a new distillation column and equipment, a hot water processing tank, grain handling equipment, chemical treatments, and glass towers to hold a still. This is incredible. I mean, essentially, they're like doubling their capacity or their ability. Okay, they're increasing it by 50% actually by 2024.
Every time I go to Bardstown, I feel like there's like 3 new rick houses.
Absolutely,
there.
yeah. I mean, every single time that I get out there is a new rick house going up. It says also that the company purchased 300 additional acres to build rick houses and added a second shift to their bottling plant. So I mean, we were talking about this recently. I think we talked about it a little bit on last week's episode. And I did a Bardstown Bourbon Company live stream as well, which should be out right now, I think. At least in the podcast audio feed. Okay. But I tasted through a bunch of Bardstown Bourbon Company products and was talking about that, before too long, they're going to wind up having Bardstown Bourbon Company Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. That's all just their own product. And I'm so excited for that. I cannot wait to see what that looks like in the very, very near future, I think. So.
I love that place.
Yeah.
So cool.
Me too. It's a great place, apparently, to take your own picnic lunch as well.
Would not recommend.
Yeah. Eat the food that is actually there. It's so good for you. So let's talk about some releases. Rossville Union has a new barrel proof for 2022. It's a 7-year-old. Looks to be 116 proof. $70. 18,000 bottles. Should be out right about now. It says the latest release of Rossville Union Barrel Proof features a medley of straight rye mash bills from a collection of 82 barrels, and for the first time bears a 7-year age statement. It's from Ross and Squibb.
Oh, yeah.
I think we have to force ourselves to say Ross and Squibb.
No. All
right, MGP.
Seagrams.
That's really funny. We regress. We don't call them by their new name. We call them by their very old name. Catoctin Creek has a new barrel proof rye coming out. Brownstone rye cask proof, hickory syrup finished.
Hickory syrup.
Syrup.
Rye?
Yeah.
Ooh.
From Virginia, 120 proof, $90 a bottle. Not very much though. 240 bottles. I want to try that though.
I do too.
Yeah, it's a 2-year-old rye and then finished in hickory syrup barrels. So I would be very, very curious. There's a new bourbon coming out of Texas as well. J.W. Kelly Red House 150th anniversary single barrel double oaked.
That's a lot of words.
It is a lot of words. It's going to be about 114 proof, $60, and exactly 168 bottles.
Huh.
It says Chattanooga-based J.W. Kelly is releasing this single barrel bourbon to celebrate the historic Chattanooga Hotel. The Reed House's, maybe it's Reed. It's Reed or Red. It's spelled R-E-A-D. So, I don't know. The Reed or Red House's 150th anniversary. The barrels selected were aged for 5 to 8 years and then transferred to New American Oak for another 8 to 12 months. So we might have to find some of that.
I'm looking.
I'll be looking. 15 stars, Timeless Reserve, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 14-year-old. 103 proof, 1,600 bottles. $280. Yeah, it's a blend of 14 and 15-year-old Kentucky straight bourbons from 2 undisclosed mash bills, which include rye as the flavoring grain. So, not so sure about that one, but I gotta find out, though. New Holland Dragon's Milk origin. Michigan straight bourbon whiskey.
I thought that was a beer.
They do have a Dragon's Milk beer.
It's like
Yeah, it's like a milk stout.
Yeah.
I think. But no, this is a straight bourbon that's coming in at 95 proof and $45 a bottle. Limited availability. It says, unlike New Holland's previous Dragon's Milk whiskeys, which were finished in Dragon's Milk stout barrels, Dragon's Milk Origin is entirely aged in more typical charred American oak barrels.
Listen, if I'm going to put a bourbon out that's called freaking Dragon's Milk, it's going to be like 140 proof. Okay?
It's got to be hazmat.
You got to have something.
None of this 95 proof crap. Like, get it together, guys. Get it together. We got a new Orphan Barrel coming out as well. It's a blended Kentucky whiskey. It's not exactly bourbon. 14 years old, 90 proof, $150. $150.
$150.
It's limited availability. Says this whiskey merges the last remaining stocks of Orphan Barrel's Barterhouse, Forged Oak, and various Rhetoric releases with a proprietary blend made by master blender Andrew McKay.
Huh.
I actually really want to try this.
Cool, though.
I
love Barterhouse.
I would pick this up. Barterhouse is my favorite release from the Orphan Barrel line.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that, the Rhetoric releases haven't been great, but it's, as far as I'm concerned,
I like the concept of it.
Yeah. We got a new bottled and bond bourbon coming from Missouri. Ben Holiday bottled and bond, not age stated, of course, 100 proof, $60 a bottle, and available in Missouri and Kansas with national rollout to follow. Says distilled in the spring of 2016 and bottled at 6 years old, this bourbon meets the requirements for both bottled and bond and Missouri bourbon. Thanks, Whiskey Advocate. That was really funny to me. Sorry. A flavored smoky rye, bonfire smoky rye coming out of New York as well. From Mischief Farm.
That has so many red flags on it.
It really does. 90 proof, $47. Available now in about 3,000 bottles. So if flavored smoky rye is your thing.
From somewhere named Mischief.
That's for you, I suppose. Let's talk about some TTB labels before we get to our review. I did not realize, first of all, that the guys from the podcast had to file a specific TTB label for their 3-chord blend.
Yep.
So that's out there. You can actually pick up that 2 bottles, those 2 bottles.
Yep.
Now as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't think they're sold out yet, are they?
No, I think where they were 2 bottles and it was like a blend. There's a good chunk of them.
Yeah,
there
for sure. So I'm gonna have to potentially pick one of those up.
The loser bottle and the winner bottle, which I've heard are both magnificent.
But you wouldn't know because you weren't part of the.
I know I didn't get to judge.
Yeah,
I wanted to.
So suck it, Eric.
Hey, I got to be
Suck
on
it. Suck it.
Poor guesses. I got to be on that. And we won.
You did get to be on Poor Guesses.
And I got a bottle of a High West Double Rye that that was picked or they picked it.
Dude,
the junkies picked it.
We have got to get Dan and Sean on the podcast.
I literally fed him a Snickers on stage.
At this point, he's going to be the godfather to your children. The new Yellowstone Limited bourbon has been filed for on the TTB as well. 101 proof. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in Marsala Superior casks. It's a fortified wine. Had to look it up. But I'm curious about this one because we have had some really good Yellowstone Limited products over the past few years. And this is one that I'm extremely excited about. But there is also some filings for a new brand called Keeper's Heart, which is they're calling it Irish and American whiskey.
Sounds like an emo band.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah.
It looks like it's a style of Irish whiskey produced in America, or Irish style of whiskey produced in America.
Okay.
And it looks like it's from Minnesota. But they've got a few different expressions, I suppose. They've got a single barrel finished in French oak, single barrel finished in PX sherry barrels, one in Madeira barrels, and then one in Sauternes wine barrels. So there's a lot of product coming from these guys.
So that would be, you couldn't call it, obviously you don't call it Irish whiskey because it's not in Ireland.
Yeah, it's probably
It'd be like American whiskey or something.
I think it's probably a single malt. Let's read what the back of the label says. Keeper's Heart is the whiskey that celebrates and unlocks moments worth keeping, made with pride and a keen eye for time-tested quality. Keeper's Heart has established itself as the leader in Irish-American whiskeys. We continue to explore new experiences and reimagine new whiskey traditions with our line of distillery-exclusive limited editions. Born from the imagination of our master distiller, Brian Nation.
The DJ right there.
Welcome to Brian Nation! Everybody here is named Brian.
Brian Nation.
Hey, Brian, what are you doing today? Oh, nothing, Brian. I'm just having a good day, Brian. Hey, Brian, I got a question for you.
Hey, there's Brian over there.
What's the best thing about being a Brian? Oh, it's the fact that I get to be Brian. Have you ever had coffee with a lot of milk and sugar? That's the Brian. Hey, Brian. Anyway, born from the imagination of our master distiller, Brian Nation, these expressions are made to unlock the best of times with friends and family. So nothing about their mash bill. I am imagining, though, that it is going to be a single malt product. So Hirsch has a new Kentucky Straight Bourbon whiskey, 100 proof. It says selected whiskeys.
Huh.
I don't know. In 1974, when A.H. Hirsch first imagined his now legendary bourbon, he set the gold standard for thoughtful American whiskey. Today, Hirsch continues to pursue whiskey as an explorer, might consider uncharted territory. We believe the world, Brian, is full of possibility. There's always room for discovery, and craft is best balanced with experimentation. What are you doing over there?
Nothing. I was just laughing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I was thinking of the DJ, Brian Nation.
Brian Nation.
And everybody in the crowd was Brian. And they're all just jumping.
If your name's Brian, say what's up. Brian.
What's up?
Brian.
What's up? Hello. Just cracking me up.
With obsessively discerning selections, Hirsch continues to blaze trails for the adventurous. So not a whole lot going on there. But, you know, that brand Hirsch that everybody was fawning over, now it's just whatever. Who gives a crap, I guess.
They're trying to get them Willet barrels.
There's a cast strength McFarland's from Total Wine. It says 110.6 proof, but honestly, who really cares? I know you'll care about this, though. Nashville Barrel Company.
Ooh, I like them.
VIP Rare Release. Straight rye whiskey. Straight rye whiskey, 9 years old, 116 proof.
Huh.
The spirit has been expressly selected for members of our VIP club and is made available in very limited quantities through our tasting room and subscription. It's an Indiana rye. I'm guessing it's 95.5.
Yeah.
But I got to know. I got to know! Starlight's got a new Bottle to Bond rye whiskey coming out as well. I gotta try that too. Stellum's got a new cast strength blend of bourbon coming out, 117.26 proof. It's the inaugural release of the Stellum Black Equinox blend.
Like the car?
You know, there's more to it, the word Equinox, than just the car, right?
Well, that's exactly. But you say a black Equinox, I think somebody's like they've parked in the wrong spot or they've left their lights on.
Whoever's the owner of the white sedan left your lights on. Barrels batch 33 has been filed for. 5 years old. 116.6 proof. Not seeing what's going into the blend at the moment, but I'm sure that we will find out more about that soon. There is another Nashville Barrel VIP. And this is a bourbon at 8 years old and 124 proof.
Ooh.
I gotta have that. It's MGP. So we got us. We got a brand new Basil Hayden.
God, another one?
A red wine cask finished.
Let me get 80 proof, $50. Basil Hayden's classic bourbon finished in red wine casks, coming to a store near you.
Can you tell that we're over Basil Hayden? That is so funny to me. Secondary finished in Californian red wine casks. This special release is ripe with cherries and dried fruit with tons of charred oak. Artfully aged, 80 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, finished partially in wine casks.
See, I'm going to give them one prop. Right,
I'm going to give them one more chance.
No. I'm going to give them one prop. They didn't try to fancy it up and say like whatever special kind of wine it was. They just said red wine. So for people who like me who have no fucking clue what some of the wine is, they knew it. They were like, let's just say red wine. Red wine. But either way, I ain't drinking.
Stay close to me. Don't let me be alone.
Do you think, though, you'll ever start reading one of those and it says Basil Hayden, cast strength?
No.
Didn't think so.
No, I definitely won't. I want that. But, I mean, at that point, it's basically old Granddad 114.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, they would have to, like, take that and, finish it in something else, I guess, for it to be different. So, I don't know. I you know what I should do is compare, because I did this on a live stream not too long ago, but take Granddad 114, proof it down to 80, and see how it compares to just straight up Basil Hayden.
I thought you were going to say, get a bunch of Granddad 114s, put them in a wine barrel, and just do it yourself.
Actually, I would love to do that. I'm all about that.
All right, let's do it.
So, okay.
How many bottles we got to buy?
Well, how big the barrel do we want?
All the way.
The 53 gallon?
We're doing it the right way.
I don't know. I'm not good with math.
I don't know either. Donate now.
Baltimore. Yeah, we'll get it from all across the country.
Yeah.
Baltimore Pure Rye, uncut straight rye whiskey, 14 years old.
I want unpure rye.
Do you want unpure rye?
What?
I don't want to go there with you.
What?
I distilled it in GP.
What? Oh. I mean, I'm
they
down.
had me in the first half.
I mean, I'm down for it, knowing it's MGP rye, but still, you call it what? Baltimore?
Yeah,
Pure Baltimore Pure Rye from MGP.
The name of the brand is Baltimore Pure Rye. But it can't be. It can't be because it's from MGP. It's from Indiana. 95.5.
They're like, there ain't no legal definition of Baltimore Pure
Oh
Rye.
my gosh, that is so funny.
That's why they call it Pure Rye. They didn't call it straight rye.
Yeah, exactly. 108 proof. Well, for it to be straight, it just has to be over 2 years old.
Oh, I was thinking like if you said Baltimore, it means it had to be from Baltimore.
Never mind.
I don't know.
And then we got. Then I don't know what this is for. I don't know if this is. I'm very confused by it. Anyway, it's a brand called National Champion Rare Ruff. RUFF.
It better have a doggy on it.
It's got a dog on the front with a spiked collar.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
It's a little bulldog. Single barrel selection, bourbon whiskey, 17 years old. Cast strength, non-chill filtered. 78.5% corn, 30% rye, 8.5% malted barley. So I'm assuming that's a Jim Beam product. Says using the same rationale for choosing a new dog. Hold on. Oh, no, wait. No,
What?
I wasn't ready for that
This is
sentence.
on the label?
I was not ready for that sentence.
Are you
This
reading
is
the
on
label right
Yes,
now?
I am.
Oh,
I am. Using the same rationale for choosing a new dog, our philosophy is simple. Start with the best and never compromise. Every release is hand-selected and unique. No two releases will ever be the same. Single barrel, just what it says. Cask strength. Rough is bottled at cask strength, never diluted. Every cask has a different proof. See front label for alcohol by volume.
I'm very saddened by this whole thing now.
It's dumb. It doesn't sound.
Sometimes the dog chooses you. You know that? And start with the best? Like, you don't have to.
I don't know. I'm over TTV labels now.
Rough.
RUFF. It gave me a headache.
Same way you choose a dog.
Start from the best and never compromise. It's completely subjective, but whatever. Has this dog killed anybody? Yeah, he's killed like 18 men. All right, that's the best.
What's your definition of the best?
Also, very subjective.
I like that goodest boy over there. He's not the best.
But he is the goodest, though. Look at the way he smiles at you.
Start with the goodest boy.
All right, well, that's that nonsense. You want to do a review?
Let's review something.
Let's do it.
Start with the best.
I don't know if this is going to be the best,
Well, what?
but I am excited for us to try it.
Hey, what is that?
This is the Evan Williams Master Blend from the Evan Williams Experience gift shop.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a blend of the regular Evan Williams, 1783, the single barrel, and the Evan Williams 23-year-old.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
23-year?
No, that
Oh,
blend.
yeah. You can get it in their gift shop for about $80.
Oh, not bad. Oh, it's a wax?
Yeah, it's wax with a screw top.
Maker's Mark, watch out. Pete is Pete.
Peace, Pete.
As long as they didn't use red, it'll be okay.
It's even the same proof.
Pete, they use a black wax. Okay.
Well, that's not a problem for Pete.
Well, I'm going to get out of here and enjoy a drink. Because I only drink Maker's Mark and I eat the jar.
Did he steal my wallet?
Pete is Pete. That smells like... listen, I don't smoke cigars. But when I hang out with people who smoke cigars, this smells like we're drinking some bourbon and my friends are smoking cigars around me.
It's also got... It's kind of fruit punchy as well. Like, it reminds me of the Nulu Perry's Punch pick.
I could see that because we initially thought that one was kind of tobacco-y too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a red Twizzler to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cigars and Twizzlers. That smells really good.
It's really interesting that the blend of these products came out to be what this is, I feel like. Like, I could feel it being either really, really bland or it actually like being just huge. But I think that it's a perfectly serviceable bourbon. I mean, it rings very true to like the Heaven Hill profile.
Oh yeah, especially after the first sip
Yeah.
you just took. It's Heaven Hill all day. But I do get that same kind of purple that I'll get from like the older Elijah Craigs and stuff, like the 18s and all that. You said the 23 Evan Williams 23s in this?
Yeah.
I can get that on that older oak.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely apparent, but I think that it's really weird because it doesn't read like it's got a whole bunch of younger barrels or anything blended in with it.
That older note comes through a lot.
Yeah.
And then there's that, there's almost some nuttiness.
Oh, for sure.
It's like a peanut brittle.
Yep.
Yeah. The nose, the only thing is the nose and the palate are very different.
You know what I'm going to try?
Are you eating our...
I haven't finished
peanut butter
mine.
one?
I'm also going to give you a little bit because I feel like this is going to pair really nicely with our sips and snacks.
I think if that was a little bit higher proof, it'd be almost perfect.
Yeah. So, the Evans William gift shop in downtown Louisville at the Evan Williams Experience. They have this for sale. They pretty much always have the Evan Williams 12-year.
That's the red bottle, right?
Yeah.
The red label.
And in a limited capacity, they have the 23-year. I passed over the 12-year in favor of this because the 12-year is $150 and this is $80. I'm not saying that, you know, like it's better to go with the cheaper option, but it's the same mash bill as Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
And that 12-year initially was $30. So I have a hard time justifying paying $150 for essentially the same product in a different bottle.
Yeah, like when you say it like that, like I didn't know it was $150.
But this feels more crafted. You know, I mean, this actually has some complexity to it and feels like there was some time and thought and vision behind it. I think that the biggest issue that I have with Evan Williams in general is that the black label is just fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a bad bourbon, but it's also not a great one either. That being said, I mean, I know that Evan Williams Black Label is what a lot of people drink daily. Like, that is their go-to bourbon.
Is that 80 proof?
I think it's
90.
I think it's 90. I've got a bottle of it floating around here somewhere.
86.
86 proof. Mm-hmm. Wow. So it's the same proof as the single barrel too.
I like when you do it. The first thing that on people also ask, is Evan Williams a good whiskey? Evan Williams remains one of the most popular bourbon brands in America. Is Evan Williams top shelf? Those who drink American whiskey are familiar with the name Evan Williams. That's their answer.
Means nothing.
Can this be a new thing?
Yeah.
We just Google it and we do the what people ask here.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the difference between Jim Beam and Evan Williams? That's a frequently asked question.
Okay.
The main difference between Jim Beam versus Evan Williams are Jim Beam has 40% alcohol by volume, whereas Evan Williams has 43%. That's their answer.
Not taking into account mash bill and
then it goes
how
on
old
to
it
say
is.
Jim Beam is being aged for 4 years, whereas Evan Williams is being aged 5 to 7 years, depending on the particular selection.
Yeah.
Is Evan Williams bourbon smooth? Evan Williams Black is a smooth, easy-to-drink bourbon named after Evan Williams, who in 1783 opened Kentucky's first commercial distillery along the banks of the Ohio River. Last one that I'm reading is Evan Williams Real Bourbon.
What does that mean?
Evan Williams is a brand of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey bottled in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Stupid, man.
Oh. Yeah.
Well.
Is whiskey good for health?
It's good for body and mind and soul.
Yes.
The three.
All three.
The big three. So, do you want to review this?
Yes.
So we have a review system of nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Then we total it up for a score out of 20. What do you think on the nose?
3.5. I really like the nose.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the same, for sure.
If I smoked cigars, I would think this smelled like a cigar.
Which initially this week we were supposed to sit out.
Oh yeah,
in front of my
and
house.
It got cold again.
Yeah, we'll do that when we record next Tuesday.
So far away.
It's a whole week.
A week.
I don't like these quick turnaround recording
right?
sessions, but it is what it is. Palette, I think is really good, but I'm not like over the moon about it. I can see this being somebody's like favorite thing to share with other people because they can't get it anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3. It's and that is like, this is a very positive 3 that I'm giving it. Like, I'm not going, it's a 3 because it doesn't like taste the way I want it to. It's just like a solid drinker.
Yeah. Sames.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to echo what you said. It's a good 3 because I think it's above average, and it's a very good drinker, like you said, and it's got just a few little hints that puts it up above like a normal daily drinker, I guess you would say.
Yeah. I think the finish might be the weakest part of this, though. Not that it's like bad. I just want more of it.
Yeah.
I do think that this would benefit from being a higher proof, and it would actually, it would lean more towards like an Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Yeah.
But it's just, the finish is just kind of like a little bit of sweet, and then it stops and it just gets spicy. It just gets real hot at the end. And it's, I wish it were more complex. It does kind of make me want to go back for another sip to see if I've missed anything, but it's not a case of like,
ooh, I want some more.
Exactly. I'm going to give it a 2 on the finish.
I gave it a 2.5. Kind of the same. I do get a little more hint of that older element in there on the finish.
Yeah.
A little bit of purple, but there's not enough.
Yeah, exactly.
On it, like you said, it's more of curiosity. Can I find some more out of this finish, as opposed to, man, I love that finish. Let me get some more.
Exactly. Price?
What did you say it was?
$80 a bottle. I don't hate that. I mean, the fact that there is 23-year-old bourbon in this mix, and you can only get it at the distillery or at the gift shop for the Evan Williams experience. I think 80 is actually like a steal. I mean, it's not that it's, the best bourbon in the world, but that is certainly something that should be, respected by them. I mean, it's a good balancing act between the 5 to 7-year-old product that goes into this and then also the 23-year-old. I mean, that's nothing to sniff at.
No. Yeah, there's not many blends that
Yeah.
23-year-old Heaven Hill in it.
Oddly enough, I'm going to give the price a 4.
Oh.
I think it's solid. You know, I think that a more appropriate price would probably be about $100, just based on everything that's going into it. But at $80, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I gave it a 3.5 because I think it's a good price, especially like you said for a gift shop, because they could easily charge way more for it.
Yeah,
because it's only there, and they may want to focus on tours and tourists and things like that. So I think, would it be awesome if it was like $60? Of course, but I don't think. I don't think 80 is a bad price for it. I think 3.5. But yeah, I think 80 is a good way to go. So yeah, 3.5 for me.
Yeah, 4 for me. I came out to a 12.5 out of 20.
I came out to a 12.5.
We were just shifting half points around a little bit. But I think that if you are at the Evan Williams experience and you see this, pick it up.
You know, I really like the bottle and the label. Yeah. I like that gold and the black wax on it.
Yeah. It's a really cool bottle. It's something that you should... I maybe not should, but you would, benefit from having around for other people to check out and taste and
this is only at the Evan Williams, right?
Only at the Evan Williams
Not
experience in downtown Louisville. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, good stuff, man.
I like it.
It's a smooth whiskey.
Hey, that's what somebody asked in there.
Is it smooth?
Is Evan Williams smooth?
I would say this one is.
Yeah.
But with caveats.
Yeah.
How about tips and bits?
Tips and bits.
Do you have some things you want to recommend to people?
Yeah.
Like we do every week.
We do every week. I got a new show I started watching on HBO Max called Tokyo Vice.
Nice.
And it's like a crime drama set in like the late 90s. So it follows this American journalist who moved to Japan, and he ends up working for like the biggest newspaper in like the whole area, and he's put on like this little crime beat team to try to get like scoops and stuff. And so he starts like getting close with like the Yakuza, like the gangs and stuff.
Oh, snap, yeah.
And then he like befriends like some of the police officers, and he starts finding out how like in order for things to stay safe, like the police work with the gangs to try to like balance everybody out. Like, and then you start seeing which gangs are trying to take over, and he starts getting involved, and it starts like it goes from like a nice scene where he's like just this young guy enjoying Japan to like this very stressful situation where you're like, he's about to get killed right now. And it also follows like one of the young boys that's in the I say young boy, but he's an adult, but he's one of the newer guys in one of the gangs, and like they become friends. They're both young guys on the street. It's got fighting, it's got sex, it's got blood, it's got everything.
Yeah.
And just I just love things set in Japan, especially around Tokyo. It does have subtitles here and there because they switch back from. He tries to be, say, proper and nice to people, so he'll talk Japanese to them. Then when they realize he talks English, like they'll switch back to English. I think it makes it good for the watcher or the viewer. Yeah. But it's so good. Like it's just this crime drama set in the late 90s in Japan, and it's on HBO Max.
Nice.
So
I'm going to recommend a couple of things.
Do it.
They're both music related.
Okay.
The first one is archive.org. I don't know if you've ever checked it out before.
I don't think I have.
But it is a great place to go and find recordings of live shows of artists that you may...
Is this video or audio?
Both.
Both, okay.
But mostly audio is what I'm looking at. It's got a massive like Grateful Dead archive, but also some smaller bands. And I say smaller bands with this caveat of the Gin Blossoms are not exactly, smaller, but they have shows up there. Bands like Maroon 5 too, from like early days where people would go to their shows and tape their concerts. And
back when David Levine was in the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I was going through the shows on the Gin Blossoms archive, and I was like, well, I'll pull up a few, and whatever the best one is, I'm gonna wind up downloading, and it's free too.
Oh,
you can download these shows for free. And I pulled up like 4 or 5 shows, and they all sucked except for one, like the audio quality. And the one that I pulled up that was the best was Straight Through the Soundboard in Louisville. Just so happened that the Louisville show was the best one out of the bunch. And it's really cool. I mean, you can go and find like free soundboard recordings of bands that you know and love.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that they come right from the soundboard is sweet.
And it's not always, a lot of the times it's, audience recordings, like they put up a microphone in the audience or whatever. But it's on the off chance that you find something that people, were able to plug their recording device into the soundboard and record it that way. It's pretty amazing.
It's probably better than a Motorola Razr flip phone that somebody recorded.
I mean, we could argue about it, but I think the definitive answer is yes. But speaking of live music, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
We haven't talked about this yet, and I'm surprising you with this.
Why are you surprising me all day?
Because I haven't seen you in a while, and a lot of things have happened, and
surprises make me feel awkward.
You are going to love this surprise, though. We are going to be giving away tickets to Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life.
What?
And we also are going to have media passes for each of them.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be able to actually do interviews on site like we've been able to do in the past.
Yeah.
They're still kind of working on that, but we will be there regardless.
Heck yeah.
So I am saying that I'm going to give away the 2 tickets for Bourbon and Beyond on the podcast page.
Okay.
I think you should give away the 2 tickets for Louder Than Life on the Whiskey Mutant page.
Dude. Let's do that.
Okay, good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We can run it up until, I think, I have to go back and look, but up until like mid-August.
Yeah.
But both of them are 2 general admission weekend passes, like the entire festival.
Not just one night.
Yep. The entire time. So Bourbon and Beyond, well, it's not just Bourbon and Beyond. It's the folks over at Danny Wimmer Presents we have worked with them for essentially the past, 4 years?
Yeah.
Almost 5 years to, take us to the festivals and to be able to cover what they're doing there and see these bands and all of that. And
so cool.
we gave away tickets for Bourbon and Beyond and Hometown Rising in 2019. And Hometown Rising is not coming back this year. I'm assuming it'll be back in 23. But as far as we're concerned, we are going to be there. And we are giving away tickets. So you can, get in on it and hang out with us.
Yeah.
At those festivals. That's pretty...
That's freaking awesome.
It's pretty incredible, right?
Dude.
So head to, and we're going to post this, I'd say by Friday of this week.
Yeah, we got to figure out how we want to do
yeah.
that.
My foot's stuck. I'm good now.
Watch out.
But head to our Instagram pages, My Bourbon Pod and Whiskey Mutant, and you're going to find out how to get in on the giveaway there.
Yeah, baby.
I knew you would be excited about
dude,
that.
like I'm at that.
But
feeling
that's my
where,
other
like,
tips and bits.
I'm like, I don't know how to react because it's like, this is so cool. It's just, that's all I can say. This is so cool.
It makes you feel kind of official.
Yeah. But the fact that, like, not only you get to go with passes, but doing like a giveaway like this, like the fact that you get passes and then they're like, here's some more tickets to give away to people.
Yeah.
And for the whole weekend,
yeah,
like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Isn't that amazing?
That's awesome.
We're very, very fortunate to be able to give this stuff away and to share that
So
with,
cool.
with everyone. So go and check that out. We're going to post that, I would say, if it's not out when this episode drops, it will be out by the Friday of this week. So
There you go.
there you go, man.
Oh. Getting pumped.
Feeling official now.
Shit.
Well, that about does it for this week. I think we're wrapping up very quickly. Eric's all pumped up now, though. I should have introduced that at the beginning of the episode.
No. So cool.
Eric, do you want to tell people where they can find us, the things they can do to support us, and also how to, I don't know.
Just all the stuff.
All the stuff.
Go to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. And is
Backslash.
that what I say?
You said backslash.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not forward
Thought I
slash?
fucked it up. /MyBourbonPodcast. And for as little as $1 a month, you can support the show. Help us keep this thing going. Get good stuff.
I love support, Eric.
Yes. Support.
I love support.
Yes. At $5, you get all the bonus shit. Unedited stuff. We just started Pours from the Floor again. Season 2. Where I find bottles at my house and me and Perry kill them and do quick reviews of them.
We killed them.
We did. If you want to send us an email with questions, comments, suggestions, want to send samples or anything to review, just send an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. We got merch at bourbonshop.threadless.com or shopify.whiskeymutant. Leave us a message for the barrel ring segment, which we haven't had one in.
Haven't had one in a hot minute.
Just call 859-428-8253. Leave the voicemail. We'll play it on here, and we'll reply back to it.
I played a prank with the
you did.
the barrel rings number not too long ago as well, which was a lot of fun. Yeah.
On all social media at My Bourbon Pod. Also on Facebook, there is a Facebook group you can join. This is My Bourbon Podcast Facebook group. But like I said, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at My Bourbon Pod. You can follow Perry at Perry 1792.
P Ritter 1792.
P Ritter 1792. I'm too pumped about this concert. And this whole weekend of shows. You can follow me at Whiskey Mutant on Instagram, Twitter. If you go over to YouTube and search This Is My Bourbon Podcast, you'll find the show. Perry goes live every Thursday at 8. And then he put audio of the lives up now.
Yeah.
So you all can listen. And then leave a review on Apple or Spotify. We've got a lot of ratings, but we need more reviews. It helps us. It feeds the algorithm, as we said earlier. And then, you know what? Wherever you're at right now, turn to that someone beside you, either side. If you're not beside somebody, swing in a gas station and say, hey, you need to go listen to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. Just tell people about us.
Huh.
Perry's reading something right
Sorry, we just got followed by the Bourbonola page. It's a Prohibition canned cocktail. It's bourbon and cherry cola. Oh my gosh, it's from Town Branch.
I saw those the other day at Liquor Barn.
I guess I know what we're reviewing next week.
Heck yeah. I'll do some cherry cola and bourbon.
Dude.
So it's in a can. It's just ready to go.
Yeah.
Shit, let's do it. Could be this new summer drink.
I'm going to drink the heck out of it, dude.
I'll drink 3.
I'll buy a bunch of just on the podcast.
Shit. God, it'd be so carbonated up. I'd just float out of here.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Anyway, I think that does it for this week.
Does it?
I think so. Unless you got something else you want to throw at me. You're thinking too much, which means you don't have anything.
No.
So you didn't bring your one bit of news this week.
My one bit of news. Oh, if you're
Eric's one bit of news.
There's a new snack coming out. Big chunk Kit Kats with what are those little cookies that they give you on flights and
Wafers or the
Biscoff? Is that what it's called?
Maybe?
I don't know. There's some new Kit Kats that just dropped in the UK. Hopefully we get them over here.
I'm thinking of Stroop waffles.
These are little cookies, like the Biscoff cookies. I
Yeah,
believe.
I'm thinking of something completely different.
But they take a Kit Kat, they make it bigger, and they put stuff in it.
Heck yes. I'm all about that.
So that's my news of the week.
That's your one bit of news.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that does it then.
Okay.
We're out of here. Guys, thank you so much as always for listening. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Without you guys, this show does not do a thing. We don't exist.
Hopefully you'll be at the live show.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the live show. But the tickets for that are in the description. And we're announcing a special guest or 2 or 3. I'm not sure yet. On tomorrow night's live stream.
What else haven't you told me? 3.
Maybe. We'll see you guys real soon, though. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. Enjoy your week.
Yay.
Till next time, I'm Perry.
I'm Eric.
And this is My Bourbon Podcast. Hated the way I said that, but I'm just going to leave it.
You want to say it again?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.